Hello, guys and dolls. How are you? I hope you're well. Okay, so you okay? It's okay. You're all right. Come here. It's okay. Relax. Relax. Good boy. He's got trauma. My doggy, he still has trauma related to his paws, psychological trauma. So we work on it every day. And he has a tendency to jump every time, and we're working on it. However, he did allow me to Dremel his nails for the first time, let's see, 2 weeks ago or something like that. Yeah, because the guy who was doing his nails was getting angry at him, my doggy. He was getting angry because he was losing patience with him because he was having a cow and it was a disaster. So I decided to take over and to do his nails myself. And I'm learning I watched a video that is super informative. The proper way to hold the Dremel, the proper way to position your fingers, all of that. So, yeah. And that'll save me $20 a pop, which is good. All right, so we're going to talk about the topic, but I want to tell you something that I saw and heard that was probably the most asinine thing I've ever heard. When you're dealing with, and y'all are going to have to read in between the lines of what I'm saying, okay? You're going to have to read in between the lines of what I'm telling you. When you're dealing with powerful individuals, okay, as you know, the law doesn't apply to them. Things that you would get in trouble for are okay with rich and powerful people. It's okay for them to do it. You, on the other hand, you will go to jail for that same thing. I'll give you an example. Back in the day, and again, you're going to have to read in between the lines on this. Back in the day, a long time ago, I was standing behind a fence of an airport. Okay. And I was watching the planes. I don't know if they were landing or taking off. I think I was watching both. And before I could blink my eye, security was on me. And I took a picture of the plane. Security was on me quick. He was like in stealth mode, jumping on me, like, what are you doing? Taking a picture? You can't do that. That's not permitted. Oh, I didn't know. So that was a read in between the lines, people. That was a security breach on a military base that you cannot do. However, if you do a massive security breach in conjunction with another country, you work in cahoots with them to bust through all of your country's security, that's okay, because when you're rich, you can do that. You're permitted to do that. It's perfectly legal. Also, another thing that y'all have to know, and y'all do know, those of you who are smart, you know this. People who are in charge are, although God's in charge, let's just keep it real. The individuals who are in charge or who think they're in charge will, when they're desperate, when you're dealing with narcissistic individuals, and that includes anybody of power. Do you get it? You get what I'm saying? At the top of the pyramid, anybody who is in power, 99.9% of the time, they are narcissistic. When you're dealing with narcissists who break rules, who break laws, and when you're powerful, you can break, the laws don't apply to you. They only apply to people like me and you. They don't apply to rich people. And even if on the rare occasion that they did get in trouble, Uh, they have enough money to get the best lawyers in to slide right out of the charges. But when you're at the top of the pyramid, or you think you're at the top of the pyramid, you can do all kinds of illegal things and it's overlooked. However, narcissists, when they, 99, like I said, 99.9% of these people are narcissistic. When you are a narcissist and you have a agenda, follow me, you have an agenda, you are desperate. Capital letters, highlight all the letters in the word desperate to stay in control and to continue your regime. When you are desperate like that, and I mean desperate, like a hungry person who hasn't eaten since, I don't know, they haven't eaten in a month, you're going to be desperate. You'll eat just about anything, right? Because you're desperate. Well, narcissists are desperate for power. They're desperate for control. Desperate. So they will badmouth. Follow me, guys. They will badmouth the shit out of their opponent. They will bring lies on you that are so big and so untrue. And if you are weak-minded, you will follow behind that and say, that's right, that's true. Even though there's absolutely no evidence of those accusations, but because you are a cult leader and because you are obeying the cult member, the leader, anything that they say, no matter how preposterous to you, makes sense because you're psychologically caught up in Stockholm syndrome. So no one can change your mind. No one can show you proof to the contrary. Your brain is twisted. Why they have the power like that over most people, I don't know. I've never understood that. I will never understand that. It's weird and creepy. So the accusation was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard out of their desperate faces. And that is if this person is in control, the opponent is in control, everyone's going to lose their life. That is the biggest lie and the most asinine thing I've ever heard them say. They will bring false charges on this person. Follow me. They will bring false charges on this person, even though they are the ones that are doing illegal things with other countries and shady business deals and illegal money laundering, but then they're pointing their fingers at other people and saying that they're the bad guy. Does that not sound narcissistic to you? That other person is the bad guy. Don't you worry about the shady dealings that I'm doing. Don't you worry about that. They are evil and I'm good. And if they're in control, you're going to lose your life. Oh my God. Y'all have got to really turn your thinking hats on, and y'all have got to realize that, sorry about that, I dropped you. Y'all gonna have to realize that narcissistic people are desperate for control, and it doesn't matter what their title is, it doesn't matter who they are, their regime is the only thing they care about. So they're gonna badmouth the opponent, bring charges on them, do horrible, horrific things to them because they are desperate to continue. Desperation makes narcissists do asinine, illegal, crazy, and dishonest allegations. I mean, come on, people. Come on. When you know that narcs are desperate, there's no limit to what they'll do. And I mean zero limit. Okay? Zero limit. All right, so let's talk about the topic, the actual topic. Blew my mind. The accusations are so asinine. I prayed a lot about it. A lot. I mean, a lot. Anyway. So let's talk about euphoric recall. Euphoric recall is when you are in a narcissistic or otherwise toxic relationship and you're having problems in your relationship, or things have gone south really bad, and you need to make a move, or you've broken up with this person, but you think of them fondly even though they've done terrible things to you. You think of them fondly, and you don't remember the bad. You don't remember how horrible it has gotten. You don't remember how far it's escalated. You only remember cupcakes and balloons. Your family, your friends, total strangers, if you tell them what you went through, if you remember the bad that you went through, they're going to say, and you're not out of that situation yet? You only remember the good. Remember, I told you a long time ago, or a while back, I told you the brain has a tendency to shut down the bad and remember the good only. That is called euphoric recall. And toxic people are reliant on you remembering only the good so that they continue to do the evil that they are doing to you. So the way to combat euphoric recall is to write everything down that makes you question the stability of your so-called connection. Write it down. This person went off on me on my birthday. This person embarrassed me in front of everybody. This person is condemning my weight. This person has been verbally evil to me and abusive to me when it was 1000% uncalled for. Another thing that people will do with euphoric recall is make excuses for that person's behavior. Well, I remember the good. It's not been bad all the time. And if you do remember the bad, you'll have a reason for it. You'll have an excuse. Well, I'll give you an example. One of my best friends, when her toxic, abusive, cheating ass husband at the time, he went to Saudi Arabia during the Gulf War. I think he was in Saudi. Anyway, he came back and he was his typical asshole self. Well, around the same time, his uncle had died, and his uncle supposedly had some raised him or something along these lines. Well, he had passed away. And so him being a horse's ass gave her an excuse to say, well, his uncle died and this and that and pa and da. When in reality, he's a horse's ass whether someone died or not. And she's the type to see the glasses half full, never half empty. So I know for a fact she stayed involved with him a hell of a lot longer than she should have. Write down everything. Get you a 11x7 notepad so you don't run out of paper. And write down things that make you question or make you go, why did I get treated like that? Why did this person say this? Why did she do that? Why did she do this or that? Because it's not a gender thing. Like I've told you many times, it's not a gender thing. It's a toxic thing. Okay? So write it down. Share it with your friends. Lose the embarrassment. Toxic people want to take you away from your family and friends so that they have full reign over you. So I could treat you any kind of way. And there's nobody there who's going to say, oh, hell no. You don't talk to people like that. No, no. That's abusive. They don't want that. Your family and friends are a humongous threat to the toxic person. Humongous threat. You don't ever ditch your family and friends because they are your only support system through this nightmare. Okay? Write everything down that makes you go, that was weird. That was really weird. Write it down so that your brain doesn't have the luxury of remembering only the good because you've documented when it wasn't so good. And then you've got some decisions to make. Don't ever dump your friends and family for anybody. I don't care who they are or who they think they are. That is your support system, and that is a massive, massive red flag. If they're trying to get you away, relocate you out of state, or they're trying to why do you got to talk to your mom so much? Why you got to talk to her every day? What is that all about? Because that's my mom and I like talking to her. You got a problem with that? Don't allow them to be in control of that, because they are your only support system. Your friends and family are your only support system through this toxic hell. Okay? The way to combat euphoric recall, things were always happy. Document. Document. Okay? Got some choices to make. Do you want the rest of your life to look like this? Anyway, y'all be good. I'm going to try to do this without dropping you again. Sorry about that. Anyway, much love. Y'all take care.